YouTube. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? I'm 40. I wasted my life. Don't make the same mistake. Dad mode and dark mode. Actually, that is a sick YouTube name, actually. Dad mode and dark mode is actually clean as hell. But I don't know. I've been seeing this video all over my recommended page. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go on YouTube, it's always on my homepage. So why not react to it? You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on here. Let's see how he wasted his life. Me personally, you know, go after what you want to do in life. If you want to be something in life, it's, go after that, man. Focus on that. I think that's just my advice. I don't know. I'm
I
not 40.
wasted my life. I've got nothing to show for it. No house, no savings, no career that I'm proud of. I'm pouring everything that I have into this channel because I've got nothing else. And if you're in your 20s or even your early 30s and you
Hold
think
on.
you've got time, I'm telling you,
I don't think I have time at all. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. Like I'm not gonna troll and like act stupid, but that's like I really do feel like I don't have enough time. You know what I mean? Like me doing this YouTube shit, then I go to work out, do this, do that, take care of my pets, all this stuff. And do I have time to chill? Yes, I do have time to chill. Like, let's be real. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like I have time to just. I don't. Procrastinating to me, it is scary. You know what I mean? I hate it when I procrastinate. Because when I end up procrastinating, oh, I could have did it last night. Oh, I could have did this. I could have did a little bit more. If I had just did this, and I start overthinking, and then just, bro, honestly, bro, if you want to be productive, first of all, be bored. What else am I gonna do? Second, when you're not gonna sit around and just watch YouTube videos. I mean, I'm doing that, but I'm making YouTube videos. I mean, I have a whole nother channel and shit. I think just don't waste your time on people or things that don't, not benefit. When I mean not benefit, but don't let people in your life or let things in your life that can negatively impact your life. You know what I mean?
right
Let him
now,
cook.
you don't.
He's right. You don't.
I
I
wish I
don't.
had
I don't.
someone in my life when I was younger, someone who actually cared enough about me and was smart enough to show me how life really worked, how women really operated, and what I actually
I learned that really early. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I'm not trying to say that to flex, but not all. Honestly, like every man should have a good father figure in their life. And I can at least teach them, and that's the problem. The reason why some of y'all struggle with certain things in life is because y'all don't actually try to do it. Like, you want to you're scared to talk to girls. You're scared to ask a girl out. You know what I mean, right? Like, how, you gotta just do it, bro. Like, you only have one life to live. You have, 70 summers, 70 winters. You know what I mean? Like, really think about it. You don't have a lot of time. Life goes away quick. I know I'm young. I'm 22. I already feel like I'm 40. I don't have time, bro. I'm dead ass serious, bro. Every day I should be doing something productive towards where I want to be at, or just helps, helps my daily life. You know what I mean? And making it enjoyable for myself. I mean, it might not always be enjoyable. I might have to make a lot of sacrifices and stuff, but if I do what's necessary, I'll have more freedom in the future. You know what I mean?
needed to focus on, I
Yeah, you
didn't
gotta
have that.
focus.
I was getting all of my ideas about love and success and women from movies and idiots my own age who didn't know anything at all. So there was no sense of
Hollywood really
urgency,
got
no
y'all fucking wrapped around their
perspective,
finger.
just vibes and dumb plans and this fantasy that everything would somehow work itself out.
It's not. If you
And
don't
it
do
didn't.
anything, yeah, it's not. If you don't do anything, it's not gonna get better. You can't just do nothing. Oh, I don't feel like doing it. If you don't feel like doing it, you don't care about it enough. And that's just how I am. And that is my mindset. If I don't feel like doing something, that means I mean, first of all, that means I must not care about myself. Prove myself wrong. If I doubt, prove myself wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about other people. Let me prove myself wrong. That's why I do it. to prove myself wrong. I might not always have confidence. I might not always be happy, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to like it comes down to you. It's on you, bro. Nobody's coming to save you. God can't save people who ain't willing to save themselves. You gotta do something, bro. You can't just sit around and hope it gets better and watch movies all day. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while you can get that day, but not today. And today's not that time. You know? There's too much there's too much. I could die tomorrow. I could die right now. So many things could have happened where my life or even your life could have gone left, but but it didn't. I'm still here, and that's why it's the things that I'm working towards to. That's why it's possible to get there. One, because I've already won, and two, because because I'm alive. The fact that I'm alive is proof enough, and that's all I need. You know what I mean? I'm grateful to live another day. You know what I mean? And when it comes to women, I mean, just do you, bro. I personally believe that you should not chase women. You should not chase things in life. You shouldn't chase money, dreams. You should attract it. You know what I mean? I mean that's just you got to attract things in life. Don't chase it. You know what I mean?
In my 20s, I thought I was, super deep and cool. And, because I had tattoos and, I
I'm a
knew some
cool.
obscure bands and you know, played drums. And
Okay.
I thought being different was a personality. I wasn't building anything real. I was I was just chasing sex and novelty.
Exactly. He was chasing. He was chasing things,
Hooking up with women
not
because I was
pursuing.
addicted to the high, not the connection, just the rush. I spent more time crushing on church girls who didn't like me and hanging out at coffee shops and smoking cigarettes, uh, drinking lattes, and
Yo, feeling from them church girls, bro.
going to
Nah,
hardcore
bro.
shows. I did more of that than I did doing anything that would help me long term. I mean, at 23, I was playing ding dong ditch with my friends. you know, uh,
Nigga, hold on. He used to have a ton of piercings too. I can tell. Yeah, he had a piercing here. Nah, bro. And look, man. I mean, it's better him realizing this now than later when he's in his 60s. You know what I mean? He still has time. You know what I mean? Not as much time. He definitely doesn't have a lot of time, but he still has he still has some time. You know what I mean? I you know I
yeah, like I was 13
okay.
again, thinking it was hilarious, which it was. But fun times. But I wasted so many hours just trying to get validation from people who didn't care
Mhm.
if I lived or died.
Mm. You gotta seek validation within yourself. You gotta learn how to motivate yourself. You gotta learn how to, you gotta learn how to have discipline. You gotta learn how to, you gotta remind yourself who you are. Like you gotta learn how to figure these. You gotta figure out ways to make yourself happy. You can't rely on other people to make you happy. Like I said, you can't chase a relationship. You can't chase girls. You can't chase money. You can't chase dreams. I mean, chase dreams as in like you're running after your dream. Like it should be coming to you. Everything is going to work out. You have to attract things, attract women, attract you know what I mean. Attract people who have the same ideas and goals and aspirations as you. You will naturally do that if you learn how to one believe in yourself and two, yeah, a lot of it's just confidence, bro. You will never be confident until you believe that you are a confident person, and it starts by taking risks. You gotta take risks. You gotta make sacrifices. You know, and I think people are just scared to do that, and even I was scared to do that. I learned a lot. I guess I'm pretty sure I've learned a lot because as someone who's 22 years old, you know, I must be doing something right. You know what I mean? And I am doing something right. Not because I'm an arrogant piece of shit, but I'm just, I just believe in myself. I think people just don't believe in themselves. They don't, If you want to be the best at something, you have to believe you've already won. You have to believe you're already at the top. You know, so I mean, I don't know. It's just believe in yourself, man. You got to find ways to believe in yourself, you know. That, my sad moments is what motivates me to get up and do more, not to sit there and do nothing, you know. How I it's just having a good mindset. The mindset of abundance, right? Not the mindset of lack of, the lack of abundance, where you're chasing, you're being a victim to your own circumstances. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you got to look around your life and you got to look at yourself. I thought my way to this position, and if you know what I mean. And another thing too is, am I where I want to be at right now? No, but I'm going there one step at a time, one brick at a time, one day at a time, one video at a time, you know? And there's a lot of times where I feel like giving up, but giving up is just a showman. It's just showing that you're actually trying. You feeling like giving up it shows growth, but it only shows growth when you keep going. You got to keep going. That's all I can do. If I give up, do I really care about myself? And you know what I mean? No, I don't. Because I'm choosing a life that I know I don't want to live. Yeah, I'm scared sometimes. Yeah, I'm nervous, but that's just life. You know. You know what I mean? That's life. You know what I mean? I know a lot of y'all, oh, I have trauma, I have this. Everybody has trauma. Everybody goes through it. Some goes through it worse than others. You know what I mean? But there's always someone out there that has it worse than you. That is still putting in the work. They're not letting fear stop them. So what's my excuse? What's your excuse? You don't have any. And that's the problem. This victim, you're being a victim. You know, I'm sorry, but you get what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, I thought my life was meaningful because it looked cool in photos, looked cool on MySpace. But,
None of that shit matters, though.
all I was doing was burning through the most valuable years of my life. The years where I had the most energy, the most flexibility, and the most
time.
time to build something
Yes.
meaningful.
Yes, I have so much free time and I spend it all doing this shit right here. Not just doing reactions. I do more than reactions. I think just doing reactions is kind of boring, but you know, you know, I'm doing something that actually will benefit me in the future. Not because it makes me look good, but because I like doing it. And I'm going after what I want. Matter of fact, I've already won. You know, it's not. You know what I mean? I know. You know what I mean.
Nobody told me I was wasting it. Nobody.
Nobody cares about you as much as you're supposed to care about yourself. Nobody will ever care about you more than you care about yourself. Nobody's gonna make you wake up, go to the gym, go to work, go to college, go after that goal or go after that dream. Nobody's gonna do any. Nobody cares about you as much as you care about yourself. I mean, yeah, people care about you, but not as much as you care about yourself. And so, you know what I mean?
And when the world sees you drifting, it doesn't intervene. It just keeps feeding you distraction after distraction, lie after lie,
And you allow
while
it to,
profiting off of your blindness
because you allow it to.
and ignorance.
Yeah.
And then fast forward
And by the way, I'm not shitting on this guy. I'm not shitting on him. I'm not. That's not me shitting on him. I'm just. I mean, yeah, because you allow it. You allow. A lot of people's problems. A lot of these people allow it to happen. Like health problems. Some people are born with health problems, but some health problems come from bad diet. Being overweight or underweight. It's your fault. You didn't do anything, bro. You can't blame the world. You got to blame yourself. You got to look at your circumstances. If you don't like it, it's your fault.
to my late 20s, you know, then I got into a relationship that wrecked my life. She got pregnant and everything changed. And I love my son. I would never undo that. But that relationship, it was a disaster. I did not know how to choose wisely at all. I confused chaos and passion and intensity with love because no one ever taught me the difference. I thought it was normal for things to be dramatic and unpredictable. I thought that meant we were meant to be or something. I don't know. But I don't know what was going on, but instead I ended up in family court fighting for time with my own son, treated
Mm.
like an intruder and a criminal for wanting to be a father. And then in my 30s, you know, I mean, my 30s weren't the best years of my life.
Mm.
You hear that a lot. Your 30s will be the best years of your life. 30s and 40s. 30s were a nightmare. I was broke. I was depressed. I was isolated,
Mm.
missing my son constantly, and dealing with games and lies and schemes my ex would pull to destroy the bond between me and my son. I wasn't just dealing with grief. I was dealing with a system that didn't care if I disappeared.
Imagine being able to build an app with your
Are you fucking serious right now, bruh?
name
If you
on
don't
it
get this shit
just
off
by
my
thinking about
screen,
it.
I
Meet
don't.
Base 44.
What the fuck is base? I don't care.
And yeah, a few times
My
in the
YouTube premium expired in the middle of a reaction, bro. Are you fucking serious, bro?
midst of all that, tried to date again.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I finally started to see what I'd been blind to in my 20s. I was no longer that 27-year-old stuck in a 500 days of summer mindset, falling for manic pixie dream girls. Just because they liked the shins too. Now I saw the red flags clearly. Girls with baby rabies, daddy issues, manipulation, all of it.
Mm.
I could spot it instantly. I was like a bloodhound for that kind of thing. It's easy to detect now.
Mm.
That's the part that stings the most.
Fuck. And I bet you like I feel bad for this dude because he realizing like damn I really fucked up a lot, but I appreciate it because at least he's honest. At least he's using himself as an example on what not to do. I mean I think this is great. I think this is what he's doing is good. And the people who bash him, I mean, those people are just as childish as the people who wish they had a girlfriend, but no, they're too much of a fucking loser to do that. But anyways, um, I don't know. I like this guy's honesty. Not a lot of people are honest. And he looks like he hopefully I hope you know maybe he's able to see his son now. I don't know. Did he speak on that? I don't know.
Now I'm 40. I hate my job, but it's
Fuck.
not just that. I'm disillusioned by the world. Once you see how everything really works, how
Oh
broken
yeah.
it all is, you cannot unsee it. Everything feels fake.
But you can beat the game though. You can beat it though. You can beat the game. You can beat the game of life. I'm not saying that to be corny. I'm saying that because I'm dead ass. You can beat the game of life. He gave me all the info I need to know now. You know what I'm saying? Learn right now, y'all. Take notes. Take fucking notes. Mental notes, especially.
The economy is a scam. Inflation is gutting families.
Oh
People are
yeah.
more isolated than ever before. No
Cause
one's honest. No
yeah,
one's fulfilled. And
yeah.
there's a deep
I
apathy
agree.
baked into to everything.
But the reason why it's like that is because people have been programmed to be like that. You're programmed to stay broke. You're programmed to do the things that hurts you. You're programmed to do these things. You know, I think part of it is our government's fault. I'm just gonna keep it a being. Our school systems are just the way how America works. As a country, you know, you know what I mean. You're either rich or you're poor. You know what I mean. There is no middleman anymore. Like let's just keep it a being. There's no such thing as a middle class American. Inflation is shitty. I mean, hopefully things do get better. Hopefully, which I hope it will. Things will always get better. I have hope. things will always get better. You know what I mean? Will it be right now at this moment? No, but things will get better. But we just got to do what we got to do, regardless of our circumstances or where you came from or where you're from, to figure out what you need to do to get to where you want to be at. And be grateful for your for what you have now. You know.
Thing now. That's why I'm here. This isn't a content hobby for me. This is me refusing to stay silent. This is me using what I have left to build something real, because the clock is ticking. And also, if I die before I can tell my son any of this, before he can know, I mean, he's almost 11.
Fuck.
But I want my son to know that his dad didn't just give up, that I fought very hard.
Good.
And went through a lot.
Good.
And that I bled in silence. That I fought to stay in his life tooth and nail. I fought to become something that he could be proud of. And I fought against a system that was way bigger than myself, that tried to break me. And so this channel, Dad Mode and Dark Mode, is part of that fight. It's my record. It's my time capsule, my legacy. It's my proof that I didn't just drift off into silence and was just passive. And I hope one day, when he's ready, he'll understand all of this. And so,
I wish the best for you and your son.
If you're in your 20s right now and you're listening to this, stop thinking you've got unlimited time.
I don't have unlimited time. I agree with them. I realized this a few years back. You really don't have time. Like, you could die today, tomorrow. I mean, at my job, a fucking car drove through the fucking building. It's like dead ass. I could have died. I could have been crushed by shelves, but I thank God for blessing me with another day. And I wasn't saying that. That actually did happen a few days back. I had to stay after work to clean up all this glass. Making sure I'm okay, everybody else is okay. I'm not a manager or anything, but that's just the thought process. And I was thinking to myself, nobody got hurt. No, even the person I was driving, nobody got hurt. But yeah, like literally half the store got fucking destroyed. And it's just more reassuring that I don't have time. I could have died. I could have been in the hospital. I couldn't even be making this video right now. Just like this guy. Well, I'm not just like him. I'm not 40. Also I don't have any kids. But you get what I'm saying. I mean, time isn't unlimited. It's finite. You might not live 70 years, if even, right? Like, I mean, and so, everything's going to work out, right? Like, that's just how I think, anytime things seem like it can't get better, it's more proof that it can get better, because it shows that I'm trying, one, and it shows that, this, it's just a part of the process. It's just a part of the process. We got to keep going. You can't give up. If you give up, you fail. Your life's going to be 10 times worse if you had just kept on going. And I think that's the problem with people is they don't understand that. You giving up makes your life 10 times harder. Just keep going. It's already hard now. It's going to be even harder if you give up. And then you just kept going one more day. Just one more day. Just put one more day. One more video. One more drawing. One more college class. Just one more day, bro. One more time. Just keep going. Stack the little wins. You get, yeah, most of the time you're going to be losing and, you might, whatever, but that's just a part of the process. It's only a matter of time. I've already won. And there's times where I'm even delusional. I would say, I even question myself. Am I crazy? Am I delusional for going after what I really want to do in life? No. Well, right now, yes, because it hasn't happened yet, but no, because it will happen. The only reason why I feel like you can't, what'll force you not to waste time is to realize you have no time. And that's what keeps me going. Even when I get to where I want to be at, I'm not done yet. You know, I'm gonna do so many great things in my life that seem unimaginable in the position that I am right now. I'm going to do it. And I trust that y'all can do the same for your own lives. I don't do this YouTube shit to prove people wrong. I do it to prove myself wrong. Right? I enjoy doing this. Me giving up just proves the person I was 3, 4 years ago, that I was that I was never gonna make it. That I was never gonna do it. But I am. I know I'm yapping, but you know, you don't have time. We don't have time. You could die at any moment. So I mean, I'm grateful that I'm still here. And I mean, shit, bro. I mean, damn.
Stop doing it. You don't have unlimited time. You think it's harmless to keep chasing women and wasting money and avoiding responsibility.
Yeah, nah, I'm good on
But
that.
one day,
Just
one
gotta,
day,
bro. Just do the work now so you can have a better future tomorrow. Just do the fucking work. I don't care how easy or how hard. Just do the fucking work, bro. Life cannot get better if I do nothing, bro. Come on.
you'll wake up and you'll realize you've got no leverage. You've got no power, absolutely no clarity, and no way to get those years back. One day you will wake up and you will be 40. You will be stuck working a job that you hate
That will not be
with
me.
nothing to show for it except memories that don't even matter.
That will not be me. I will live a fulfilling life. Everything is going to get better. I'm not going to allow myself to stray off all because some bad things happen to my life. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna give up. Everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna work out. I'll keep going. It's gonna work out. Very, very soon, things are gonna change. My life is going to get better. I will keep saying this until it happens. And when it happens, I will continue to go for even higher. And that is it. I'm not giving up on myself. I'm not giving up on YouTube because if I give up on this or if I give up on, what I have now, or I'm giving up on myself. Give up on God. Or, I don't trust, I'm giving up on myself. No, I'm not giving up on myself because things didn't go my way. And I'm not shitting on this guy. You know what I mean? I like the fact that he's honest. He's 40 years old and he realizes he has no time left. And he looks like he's doing well now. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up for this man, bro. I hope he gets, him and his son do well. You know what I mean? You know? Things will get better. All the things that, it's all coming. I'm attracting it. I'm not chasing it. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? I know a lot of people might not understand, but y'all, bro, life cannot get better if I do nothing.
That you constantly think about and it leaves you with no air in your lungs. This pain, you know it. You know what that pain is when you think about, what once was. But yet every hour you waste now is a debt you're going to have to pay later. You should be building something. Skills, discipline, financial stability,
Damn,
wisdom.
I'm 22 years old. And I'm so glad that I learned this a few years back. I'm so glad that I've learned these things. Because if I had not went through the things that I went through, good or bad, I would not be here today. I would not be the person who I am today. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful that I got to live another day. And that to me is all that matters. And yes, there are days where I don't feel like doing shit. Yes, there are days where I'm, you know what I mean? Like I feel like giving up, I might take a break today. But I can't. And like my life can't get better if I don't do anything. I mean, I'm not doing something to better myself. My life can't get better if I'm not doing anything to better myself.
A backbone. And if you don't know where to start, I wrote something for you. It's called Dark Mode Protocol. You can find the link in my channel description. I'll even leave it in the video description as well. And it's not inspirational fluff. It's not a self-help book. It's a survival guide for men who are sick of being lied to and want to start thinking clearly and acting with purpose.
And the reason why a lot of people are like that, like I said, you've been programmed to think, to be, you've been programmed, bro, since you were born. Like these movies in Hollywood, to what you learn in school. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't think school is useless. I don't even think college is useless. It's not for me. I don't need it. I don't give a shit about it. I don't need it. I'm not gonna waste my time with it. For other people, it's, oh shit, I'm sorry. Mwah. For other people, it's different. Everybody's life is different. We all go through different circumstances, but we all have problems. We all have these same emotions. We all know someone who's got it worse than us, and if you don't, well, then you're the fucking problem, for sure. Because I'm gonna be honest, if you think you have it the worst, you are for surely wrong. I have it way better. In America, anybody has the opportunity to build whatever the fuck they want to build, within themselves. And you literally can. You can't really do that in other countries. Success and wealth, and whether in any aspect, physical, mental, financially, a lot of it's limited in other countries. If you live in America, bro, you have the potential to create whatever the fuck you want. You have the freedom to do that. And I'm so grateful to be in a country like this.
I'll go ahead and also,
but the problem is that people have been brainwashed to think that they can't.
Where whatever it is, I'll leave the link on the screen too to go read it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and you're building something, and comment if this hits hard for you. Let me know your story, where you're at. More importantly, send this to a man who's drifting through life and still thinks it's fine.
It's not good.
Because it's not. It's not fine.
Good. It's not good at all.
You don't get a second life.
You only get one life, and you just gotta do you just gotta do what you gotta do, man. I mean, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror, and you gotta look at your surroundings, and you gotta ask yourself, is this where I want to be at? And if it's not where you want to be at, you need to go up and do something about it. You cannot blame it on other people. A lot of people don't live with their parents no more, blaming their parents that they're broke and they're 25. It don't make no fucking sense. Make it make sense. I don't want to be the person that gave up because some bad things happened to him. No, and I'm just gonna keep going because that's all I can do. My life will never get better if I don't do anything about it. If I don't want to be fat, well then work out. Well, I don't feel like it. Well, then you never wanted to get in shape in the first place. I'm just gonna give it a B. You can't blame people. You gotta blame yourself. Yes, there's some people that are gonna hold you back. You gotta step away from those type of people, even if it's your friends, your family. And so that's just what it is. It's all on you. It's you against you, not you against the world, not you against other people. It's me against me. Have I gotten better? Have I improved in anything in my life? If the answer is yes, which I think I've improved, I think, even if it doesn't feel like it, I feel like I've improved somewhat. If his answer is not yet, you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean? So you just gotta stop making excuses. People gotta stop making excuses, man. But I hope y'all have a good breakfast, a good dinner, and good night, man. I hope y'all, you know what I mean. This video, dad mode and dark mode, that's the YouTube channel. I love y'all, man. Peace.